It's almost halfway through December and I still have not picked out a planner for next year. This is so unlike me. Usually I have my planners picked out and bought during like the Black Friday sales, but this year I'm just having such a hard time and I thought some of you might be as well. So I want to come on today and share some things you should think about when you're picking a new planner for the new year. Size, I think, is an important thing to keep in mind when you choose your planner. Do you want a really big one where you can capture everything? Do you want a tiny little passport one that will slide into your purse or backpack? It really depends on, how much you want to put in the planner, if it's going to be used for memory keeping, if it's going to be used for everyday plans, if it's going to include your work items or, your social media. So that's something to consider. Personally, my favorite size is the mini size Happy Planner. So this is about 4.5 by 7 inches. So this is my favorite because it just captures everything that I need without being too big. So this is the classic size Happy Planner, and then this is the mini size. Currently I use a Passion Planner, which is slightly larger than the mini, and I'm happy with this also. This is around 6 by 8 inches. So that's that. There's also like A6, A5. This is a B6, so it's smaller than, well, it's about the same size as the mini Happy Planner. But this is what I've been using for the last 2 years, and yeah, I really like around this size. Layout is a huge thing to consider. There are lots of different layouts that you can choose from. So we can start with the most basic one, which would be the vertical. So this is probably the most popular. And there are different ways that you can do vertical. Like here's an example of one that is color blocked. And then there are some that are vertical but more laid out like this. This one I just did as a journaling thing. Yeah, so these are color blocked. And there's also ones that are hourly. So it's vertical, but also hourly. So like this is an example. You can see the numbers here. And then there's like the basic vertical with like no lines you can see in here. So there's no hours, there's no color blocking. It's very easy, very open for you to use. One that I also really like that's a little trickier to decorate is horizontal. So this is the classic, I think, planner layout when you think of a planner like old school style. And I really do like it. It's also nice if you're not someone who has to like write out where you want your, exactly what hours you want everything. So this is good, kind of more like a brain dump type of situation. We also have the dashboard layout. I don't know if you can tell, but basically the days are on this side, and then there's like areas to make notes or different like sections on this side. And I personally do not like the dashboard layout. I used it here for memory keeping because that's what came with this planner. But based off of what Happy Planner releases, I'm guessing it's very popular. But yeah, this is just not my favorite. But if you like to make lists and stuff, I guess you can do the dashboard layout. And if you don't have like too many things to write in your days. Then we have like the weeks type of layout. So this was kind of like in the Hobonichi, where this is not the Hobonichi size because that's like more narrow, but the weeks is you have your horizontal weeks, days of the week on this side, and then this is like a blank page. So maybe the first evolution or where Happy Planner got the dashboard layout from. And this I do like a little bit better than dashboard, and I think it's because this page is blank, so I have more flexibility on this side to decorate and to just fill out more information as needed. But this portion is kind of small, so I use this as my work planner. And if you have a lot of plans during the day, it could be hard to track everything. There are also daily layouts that you can do. I personally have always wanted to try a daily layout, but I have not because I'm worried about the blank spaces. But if you have a lot of plans, or if you're super busy, you have a lot of things to do, or if you want to use it as like a memory keeper, I would say a daily is a good option as well. Undated planners are a really good option. It sounds kind of, I guess, like an oxymoron, but because you don't have dates in your planner, but I've really come to grown to love them. So this was my first passion planner and it was undated. So I did end up using this every week, so there's no blanks or no skips, but this is a really good option if you want to try a lot of different planners, or if you have a lot of different planners and you're worried about blank space, then you can just pick it up wherever you left off. So I really do like undated planners. So something to think about if you are worried that you're not going to plan every week, or if you just want to use it for like memory keeping. Paper is a huge make it or break it deal breaker for me. I think I repeated myself there, but you know what I mean. So that is typically why I stay away from the planners that are like on sale at Target, because I really want nice paper in my planner. So I'll pay a little bit more, but not, you know, I don't want to pay also a crazy expensive amount. But I do like when the paper is a little bit thicker, which is why I've stick to Passion Planner recently, because they do have really nice thick paper, and I know that if I use different colors or Sharpies and stuff like that, it's not going to bleed through that much. The Happy Planner paper has changed a little bit over the years, but it's still pretty solid. So that's a Happy Planner is a good choice too. And of course, there are also like the Tomoe River paper, which is what Aura Estelle and Hobonichi have. And this is like a really nice buttery feel to it. It is a little thinner. It is sometimes slightly more yellow than the other ones. This one's not so bad, but it doesn't actually bleed through, but you can kind of see through to the other side, like, you know, right there. So paper, definitely play around and see what you like, but I would stay away from anything that's too thin. Now let's go through some popular brands for planners. There are so many out there, of course, I'm not going to cover all of them, but I'll cover the ones that I have personally used. And just as a caveat out there, there are two big companies that I have not used, which is Erin Condren and Hobonichi. So I cannot speak from experience on those two brands, but they are very popular. So you can check them out if you like. The main reason I didn't get an Erin Condren was because they are quite expensive. They're the first like planner brand I heard of, but I just thought it was too expensive for what I was getting for, you know, it was just more than I wanted to pay. And Hobonichi, I'm really, really intrigued by. I want to try them, but the distribution's a little bit weird. So like I wasn't ever really happy with like the covers I found on Amazon for the price. But yeah, okay, let's jump right in. I'm going to start with Happy Planner because that's one of the most popular brands for creative planning. It's also the start, or the one that I started using that got me into creative planning. The best thing about Happy Planner is the disc-bound system. And I mean, you can use rings too if you like A6 rings or something like that, if you want the flexibility, if you want to set up your planner. But this just gives so much flexibility. Like you can see in here, I've added extra things, extra pictures, you know, so that way you can really customize it for your liking. But Happy Planner also has a wide variety of sizes. They have layouts and cover options. So they have a lot of other sizes besides this. They have a big size. They have like skinny sizes. So I would definitely check them out. If you're a newbie, I would recommend this planner. And also the other good thing is, since it's on the disc system, you can try out different layouts. So if you're new, you know, you can switch up the weeks. This is actually how I started trying Passion Planner, because I was like, oh, I want to try something different, but I don't know if I'll like it. So I just printed out a Passion Planner layout and then I put it in here and I used it for the week. So that is the good thing about Happy Planner. Passion Planner is what I have personally been using the last 2 years, and I really like it. The paper quality is really nice, and it's very like self-soothing, like in terms of like there's a monthly reflection, and there's like you know, endless possibilities, and there's quotes in here. So this one, the first one I tried was undated, and I kind of used it as a memory planner as well as my planner. And then this one is dated. So let's see if there's one where I didn't cover it up. Yeah, Space of Infinite Possibilities. So it is very like motivational. There's also a space for like your goals for the year and all of that. The thing I like most about it is the paper. It is like a really nice quality. And the reason I switched over was, as much as I love the disc, I just felt like I wanted something that was bound. So this was my choice to go through for that. Another planner that I used in the past was Bando, and I feel like they were really big for a moment and they kind of have died out, but I still have seen them at like Paper Source, so they're still around. But they have really cute covers, which is why I like them. It does have this like coil binding on them. They also come in different sizes. It has a horizontal layout. Let's see. Yep. So horizontal layout. They're really fun. They're really colorful, as you can see. The paper quality is pretty good. The coils, you know, you can also kind of like MacGyver, so that way you can stick things in here if you like. The reason I stopped using them is because it was like a little too colorful, and I was ready for, you know, a space where I can be more creative on my own without the colors already being there. So this is still a very solid choice though for anybody looking for maybe something that's more colorful where you don't have to worry so much about the decorations. Finally, there is Aura Estelle, and they use the Tomoe River paper, and that is the reason why I wanted to try this planner. This is the essential one. So they have dailies, they have weekly, horizontal and vertical, and I think they have 2 or 3 different sizes. So this is the B6 size, but I really wanted to try this size because I don't like planners that are too big. But this is something that I'm still getting used to. I do really like how smooth it is when you write on it. But, you know, there is a little bit of like, it's not bleeding. It doesn't bleed through the paper, but you can see through it. So there was a little bit of getting used to that. But other than that, it just, you know, it does feel really good to write on, and it's like a nice compact size. And that's my rundown of what to consider when looking for a new planner. If you're a newbie and you've gotten this far and you're still confused, I recommend just getting a vertical classic size happy planner. You can usually get a coupon from Joann's or Michael's, so it's like a low a low barrier to entry, and then that way you can just play around with different layouts, different formats, and you can download stuff from the internet and then just like print it out and tape it into your planner, and then you have flexibility to play and learn as you go along. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm gonna have some vlogs coming up and some planner lineup videos when I finally figure out which planner to get. So I hope you stick around for that. And until then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.